This is day 36, celebrating the Richmond Public Library, and I'm Martha Maybe, who's big on reading. I used to be the head of the Richmond Montessori School, and as you know, little children learn to read, and it's just such a privilege to talk about books I love, and the library where now I get all my books. I don't buy them anymore. And to be part of this 100 readers for the library. Today I'd like to talk about a very controversial book. This book came out about 20 years ago, The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. It was one of the most sensational release of a books that has happened in a long time, and if you haven't read it, go to the library and get it, because it is a book that has everything. And it's a different kind of book. It's a thriller, it's a mystery, has a little bit of romance, and you feel like it's real because it takes place in real places. It starts in the Louvre in Paris, so we're talking about art, which I also like. But we're also talking about history and the way this book, Dan Brown, writes this story. If it were true, and it feels true in places, if it were true, it would destroy the Roman Catholic Church and it would change the world. Now, how about that for a book? and don't start it at night, because you won't go to sleep, because it's that kind of book. So how can you talk about a book that has everything? But the Da Vinci Code does. And there are other books too, as you know, as we all know. So go to the library, ask the people at the library books that they recommend, because I've also read a lot of good books that people that work at the library have recommended. Dan Brown has written several other books. If you get hooked on Dan Brown, you'll want to read all his books. So I appreciate being part of this group. It's a real honor.
Okay, thank you.
I'm reading James Baldwin, The Fire Next Time. And I'm also reading Americana by a Nigerian female writer whose name I can't pronounce. And it's just a marvelous book, particularly because the heroine lives in the United States. And so you get a picture of the United States on the part of somebody who's from another country, and that kind of sets you on your heels. I'm also reading a play called Red